the reason we chose Cooper Parry is largely because of Andy Parker. We knew Andy Parker from his time at PwC and had been in occasional conversation over the years. So we knew him, he knew us. And when we came to start planning our exit, which was done 3 or 4 years in advance of when we eventually exited, we talked to Andy, and then we talked to a couple of other companies as well, a couple of other firms, and concluded that Andy was the best fit for us, based on his track record, based on our knowledge of him, based on other people's commentary, and decided to go with Cooper Parry. The experience was a very interesting one for us. Obviously, Cooper Parry Corporate Finance are going through this all of the time, but we're not. We only do it once in a lifetime. So it was a very interesting experience that took place over a period of time. We had decided to contact Cooper Parry very early and work with them through this. And it was very, very helpful for us to have that time. Not only did they have greater knowledge of our business, but it enabled us to identify the things that we needed to be working on. And the team of Andy Parker, Tom Summers and Jack Brown really brought different things to the party and were playing different parts of the game to get us to the final answer. And they all played their parts very, very well indeed. So we were very happy with the experience. It gave us what we looked for. It produced an outcome that was seen to be beneficial to the party that bought us, and everybody ended up feeling as though they had a good deal. Where they added value was in focusing our minds on what we had to do inside the business and on identifying the right people to speak to externally. They helped give us a clear idea of what we should expect from the market, and then enabled us to achieve that. They assisted us in our thinking about how to present our information, and they also told us where to focus to get best value in the long run. The feelings surrounding the business are actually quite complex because it's a business that my partner was involved with for 35 years, I was involved with for 25 years. And there are lots and lots of mixed emotions about selling up after that length of time. But in terms of, did we get the best deal? I believe we did. In terms of, was it handled properly and appropriately? I believe it was. The getting to the conclusion, the end result, was a good one for us. I believe it's a good one for the people that bought us. And I suppose that's the essence of a good deal. Both parties coming out of it feeling as though they've got what is best for them. In terms of recommendations, I would be absolutely happy to recommend Cooper Parry. But the one addition to that I would make is that speak to them early on in the process, because it's very, very important that they understand your business inside out. And that can only happen over time. That period of time helped us in two ways. One, it helped us to focus our minds on those things that we needed to do within the business prior to the sale itself. And secondly, it enabled Cooper Parry to know our business inside out. And so when you get to the point in the negotiations where lots and lots of detailed questions are being asked, Cooper Parry were able to fend off most of those at the pass, certainly in the early days. Towards the end of the process, naturally, it gets very detailed, very involved, and our side obviously were totally involved in providing the detailed responses, because we would be the ones that were held accountable for those answers rather than Cooper Parry. But nevertheless, the knowledge that they acquired during the fairly extensive period of discussion with them and working with them prior to the sale was very helpful to the final outcome. Yes, I would recommend it.